Welcome to the channel. My name is Kayla. I have a reading for you today. I will be quite honest, it's a stormy, rainy day here, and my head has been hurting all morning. I made myself a little hydration drink, and the fact that there's a reading that wants to come out was just unavoidable. I was like, I have a headache, no reading today, and they're like, I don't know about that. So here we are. If you feel called to stick around, I ask that you always use your intuition, take what resonates, leave what does not, and just listen with an open heart and an open mind. I'm calling in the collective's guides who have the highest good, integrity 9 and above. Please give us the information or the guidance that we need today. Thank you so much for being here. Already 3 of Cups. This in this deck, it often speaks to community, communing with those who have similar, it's interesting, it's similar lifestyles or more knowledge in the lifestyle that you want to lead. And then we have Wheel of Fortune. I did flip it out in the reverse, but I feel more called to take it upright. We'll see how that plays out. Wheel of Fortune is really saying that you are in charge of your own fate. And maybe this is something that you've been reflecting on, whether, deciding where you want to go, making changes in your life. Perhaps you've, sought out a specific line of career, or you've been on one certain track, right? And now you're looking at all of the options and seeing that other people have chosen differently, and perhaps you could too. It feels like there's something tugging at you. The Wheel of Fortune comes in and says you are in charge of your own fate. You are not stuck in any one situation, and whatever you choose to live or experience or change and alter is entirely in your hands. This 3 of Cups, I'm feeling, she's a woman sitting in the water sipping from like a lily pad. But I feel like this is really you communing with yourself, really taking the time to reflect on what it is that your inner self would like to experience. What else do we have for this collective here? 7 of Swords. It just feels like you've had a lot of burdens. And as I often mention, not all of these burdens are yours, right? It feels like you've been sitting on the outside. Sorry, perhaps you hear my cats in the background. Perhaps you've been sitting on the outside of the party, feeling like you can't really join in because you have all of these burdens or these swords to carry. What do we want to share? The raccoon is really interesting, and that's really sticking out to me. The raccoon is one who's extremely resilient, right? They make good with limited resources, and they often know more than we think they do, right? Like they're very intelligent creatures. Sorry, the cats are very distracting. I apologize. 5 of Coins. Hey guys, psst, psst, psst. Hey, can you stop that? Thank you. The 5 of Coins. This is really being willing to ask for assistance. And in this instance, I really feel like this is asking for spiritual assistance. Where can your higher self, where can your spirit guides, where can the angels assist you in feeling more fulfilled within your life? Hey guys! Psst, 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 psst. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. There's a piece of plastic left on the floor. How dare I? Come here, baby. Come on. Okay. In this card, there's a snake that's like traveling up the coins that are reflected within this stained glass window. And that is, again, bringing in that Kundalini energy. I feel like the Kundalini has been rising within the collective, and that can be represented by like the divine feminine energy. We've heard a lot of talk about the matriarchy, but where can these matriarchal values assist you in your life, right? So perhaps you have been living according to the patriarchy. Take it as it resonates. But maybe you've been in this push and hustle, do for other people, put yourself last, stay on the sidelines, don't cause too much noise, right? Maybe it's time to switch it up. How can you give to community as a way of self-care? How can you, instead of putting others first, put yourselves as equals? Tend to yourself first and then go to the community. I know that for me, as I've been on this journey and learning to navigate the self-care and putting myself first, I really never wanted to let that hinder the way that I gave to others or the way that I supported others. And I've found on my journey that tending to myself first is the essential step. When I take care of myself first, then I'm able to show up for the community. And so you are not being selfish in doing what you're feeling called to do. You're not being selfish by changing certain things in your life. You're not being selfish by making sure your needs are met as a priority, because from that overflow is going to be the abundance. So for now, it's the moment to really scale things back internally, sit with yourself, and really ask your higher self and your guides, what changes need to be made and how can I support myself in the changing of? Because change is hard for our human, right? A lot of times our egos will register that as a threat. And even if it serves your highest good, your ego will come up against it, where it will pull old limiting beliefs. It'll pull up old fears that you thought you had gotten over. And so just be aware and support yourself through that. It is okay to experience that. It's part of being human. But it's okay to say, I have a headache today, but I'm going to hydrate and still show up. I am facing this fear today, but I'm still going to journal and nurture myself and continue to turn into the direction that I want, because this is important for me, my highest good, and ultimately the highest good of others, right? Let's see here. I feel like there's a few people on your spirit guide, or there's a few beings on your spirit guides team who has been reaching out to you, and either you've heard them and not really wanted to hear what they had to say, fair, or you've been what's the word? Like negating them. Like they've been showing you the signs, and maybe you've even questioned, like, is this? And then you talk yourself out of it. There's I'm feeling 3 or 4 specifically, and they're coming forward and they're just like, yes, we are here, and we're here to assist you through this transition time. What do you have? Oh, 5 of Swords. It did fly out in the crossed position. This can be a really challenging card because it often points to inner turmoil as well as external conflict. Within this card, there's no way that you can reach any one of the swords without being bit by the snake, right? And so, oddly enough, it feels like perhaps this is a moment to just walk away from the swords for a while. Let the snake, do its thing. It'll leave eventually. But if you try to sit there and fight with it, you're only going to end up hurting yourself. So this is a moment really to rest and reflect. Ooh, the 5 of Wands. Similar imagery here. We have the 2-headed snake pulling in different directions. I'm not sure if it's upright or reversed, that it wanted to fly out since I caught it midair. But this is a card of just being pulled in 2 different directions, of that inner conflict of not knowing which way to take. And anytime that question or that confusion is coming up, that's when you really need to kind of tune out all the external noise. Have a digital detox for a couple of days, as much as you can stand, right? Maybe it's deleting the apps off of your phone for just those 2 or 3 days. But I'm feeling like that's really clouding your mindset. You have a good connection to your inner voice, to that your internal state of well-being, but I feel like it's just being a little bit confused. So you have internal and external, and they're being pulled in these two different directions. So go ahead and tune out the external for a brief period so that you can really sit with yourself. And in that time, I highly recommend quiet time with some tea, having that journal with you, giving yourself like the grace and the permission to see all of the messy parts without shame. And if that shame does come up, just being able to release it. Okay, shame, thank you for your opinion. I go ahead and release you. But there's something here that's really weighing heavy on you. And before I had tuned in, when I was doing my pre-meditation, it felt very heavy. And I had even asked my guides, I was like, is this the storm that is bringing the heaviness, or is this related to the reading? But I think it's both. There's a lot of heavy density, and perhaps it's time to just let that be washed away. Allow the storm to wash it away. It reminds me of a song, but I don't know which song. If you do, put it in the comments. I think it's Hilary Duff. Let the rain come in. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, beautiful. Yes. Okay, so we have the Fool, which is the spark of new beginnings. It's the first card in the deck. It is a major arcana, but this is bringing in fresh new beginnings, fresh new mindsets, and allowing that energy of naivety to really spark and inspire you. Not necessarily being foolish, right? But allowing the Fool to come in and inspire you. Hold on a second. Okay. So we have the Fool. We have the Three of Coins. This card to me always feels like a secret. Like there's something that your soul has a secret that is really exciting and juicy, and it's ready to share it with you. But then I think it's something that you're meant to share with others, right? This is creating a new way of being for yourself, a way of self-supporting yourself. Oh my God. Okay, so we have the Devil reverse. And then we have the Star also in reverse, but a lot of times I view it as the same. Okay, so the Devil in reverse is really about freeing yourselves from the chains. So this is the upright version. There's two little people stuck in this lantern, but they have the ability to free themselves. Like they've entered into a contract that they can cancel at any time. Same goes for you. And perhaps that's that secret that your soul has been keeping from you, or keeping for you, because I feel like it's something that you have not wanted to recognize yet, is that you do have the ability to change your life. You do have the ability to cut the chains, or to release yourself from these confines that have been suffocating you recently. This is something that when you embrace that Fool's journey and release the heaviness, that burden of expectation from other people, you're allowing yourself to set yourself free on this magical, mystical journey. I'm going to actually read the book for the Star. A lot of times this is showing me a lot of hope and inspiration, right? Like it's chasing your dreams, and here is your dream. I'll read the upright and reversal because I feel like they're both important for whoever is listening to hear. 3 of these cards are major arcana. Just so you know. The Star. I'm going to read the reversal first. So I wrote in, be open to miracles, aka divine intervention. Open up your subconscious to the potential of greatness. The reverse star may be a sign that life has left you disinterested. Perhaps you feel a keen absence of inspiration or enthusiasm, or you are simply going through the motions. Attempt to disengage from daily routine in order to evaluate what is keeping you from your full potential. Be open to change and spontaneity. Yes, be open to change and spontaneity. Be open to miracles. In the upright, it says belief, self-esteem, venture, growth. A woman dives through the night sky, chasing after the star. This is a card of hope. The universe is looking out for you, and it is now time of renewed self. The moment has come for you to look towards the future and leave behind the hard times that you've been through. Disagreements, money troubles, bitterness, and shadowed times aren't enough to stifle your spirit. Your life is transforming and filling with positivity and opportunity. Now might be the ideal time to invest in yourself and your plans. Your dreams are important. Don't wait for someone else to validate them. Perfect. You're beautiful. You have a beautiful soul. I am using the Ostara Tarot deck. If you're interested, it's my absolute favorite. I'm feeling called to just pull one more card, and it feels like this is just an inspiration card for you, or perhaps a card to illustrate your soul, just as a closing card, because we've got a lot of good information here today. One of my favorites, the Nine of Cups. This is a really cozy, comforting card. And this, I'm feeling almost as that confirmation, that permission to really sink into the comfort and coziness of your soul. You are a very supportive person, and this is an opportunity to support yourself. And so really create that cozy routine. Mix things up, but make sure you feel safe in the process, and allowing yourself to really sink into the comfort of your soul is really what I want to leave you with. Thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed, go ahead and hit the buttons. You know what to do. I'll see you next time.